We're in the heart of the hurricane season, where climatological peak is September 10th. And we have 3 hurricanes out there in the basin. Obviously, at this time of the year, you should be prepared for any eventuality as you go through September. We don't see a decline in terms of the actual dangerousness of these systems. We do tend to see a decline in the number as we go through October and then November. But it only takes one to make it a bad season, so you should be prepared. So there we have Florence, which as a major hurricane, a dangerous category 4 hurricane. And basically this one may well even near category 5 strength over the next few days. It's going to be moving over some warmer water and also some favorable upper level conditions. So as it nears the coastline of the United States, they'll be watching the system quite closely. Now it's set to pass south of Bermuda and north of the Bahamas as it goes over the warm waters. But Bermuda is still experiencing those life-threatening surf and rip currents, and that will continue over the next few days. And eventually you'll see those rip currents going all the way across into the eastern seaboard of the United States. Now, right now across the Atlantic, we have the 2 systems. We have Ean, which poses no threat to land. It's set to slow down and make a turn towards the northwest. But it is Isaac, which is continuing on a west track, that will likely be concern for us across the Lesser Antilles. Now, its intensity is uncertain at this time. It is a category 1 as a minimal hurricane. It is possible for it to strengthen as it goes through Tuesday, and it will get close to Barbados as they go through Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it gets closer to the Lesser Antilles chain as they go through Thursday. But nevertheless, regardless of intensity, it will likely bring rain. And it will be that rain that will actually be welcomed in some parts of the Lesser Antilles. Some countries experiencing a drought like Antigua, as well as for Dominica. But Dominica especially, they'll continue to see some of that rainfall pushing through as they go through the next few days, especially towards Thursday. So for Tobago then, it's mostly settled. There's no direct threat from Isaac. So clear skies tonight, sunny and hot through tomorrow, and through Mason Hall and down towards Plymouth as well, mostly settled end to your day. Now for Trinidad, a clear night. Quite a few of you will be seeing starry skies as you go through your night. Into the morning, you'll be greeted by strong, hot sunshine at this time of the year. It's normal for us to feel that type of heat. But once you get into the afternoon, that heat will likely translate to the possibility of some showers erupting around western areas of Trinidad. And there is a low chance of a thunder shower around the Port of Spain, out towards Chaguanas, and eventually for Point Fortin as well. So be mindful about that. You may well hear rumble of a thunder as you go through your latter half of the afternoon, and then settling by nightfall. Temperature-wise, looking at a warm 24 degrees Celsius tonight for many of you, but it may well be just around 25, and that will lead to a hot 34 across Port of Spain and San Fernando, 33 expected in Tobago, so take necessary precautions in that heat. Now come Wednesday and Thursday, you'll notice that not only will the winds be dying down across Trinidad and Tobago, we'll also get a bit of moisture pushing in as well, and that may well spark some more thundery downpours, especially on Friday, where that system will likely be unsettling our area, but not necessarily being a direct threat. So for those heading offshore, conditions will still remain slight, occasionally moderate, 1.5 meters for the most part. You're still seeing those long northeasterly swells of 11 seconds and those gentle east-northeasterly winds of 10 knots. But it will likely be lighter winds around the Gulf of Paria. Now, across the eastern Caribbean, they've been seeing mostly settled weather, and that will at least continue as they go through Tuesday. There we have Florence, again, that's posing no threat to any of the islands at this time. Down towards the south, obviously, we'll be watching the progress of Isaac as it nears the island chain by Thursday. But before then, Tuesday will feel quite hot. There's very little wind around, so you'll likely see those temperatures rising around Bridgetown, Barbados, up towards St. John's as well. 33 is possible, and also feel quite hot around Port-au-Prince, 35 degrees Celsius likely here, but a thunder shower is likely around the area of Jamaica, especially around the hillsides there, but a brisk shower, 32 likely in Kingston for the most part. But for us, and again, Isaac poses no direct threat to us, but will likely unsettle our skies as we go through the week, so be mindful of that. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.